Today, we are talking to charity streamer extraordinaire, TheLoopyWalrus. Hello, hello. How's it going today?
Hey, it's going pretty good. Thanks, Heidi.
Amazing. I am so excited for today's episode. You've done several charity streams.
Yep, this is year number 4 of charity streaming.
Year 4, that is amazing. So, before we start diving into that subject, I have 2 questions that I ask everybody that comes onto my podcast. First question is, how long have you been streaming? Is that the 4 years total, or is it longer than that?
Yeah, I've been streaming for 4 years. I have a very similar story to most. Started in 2020 when I was closed indoors due to the pandemic and playing a lot of Animal Crossing.
Me too. And second question, what kind of content do you usually stream?
My primary content is I play a lot of World of Warcraft with my guild. We do raids and dungeons and a lot of things online. But I like to stream a variety of things, including Pokemon, Metroidvanias, platformers, just a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
So, why would somebody decide to become a charity streamer? What would be the motivation for them to get started?
I think that one of the big things that could motivate somebody to want to be a charity streamer is wanting to give back to the community. There's a lot of amazing charity causes out there. I like to try and meet a whole bunch of different charity streamers, and everybody has something that they're really passionate about, something that makes them excited to try and give back to their community. And so I think that when somebody finds a charity or a cause that's a really good fit for them, and they see how they can use their platform to bring awareness to that cause, whether that's through raising money or through spreading information about it, I think that that can help somebody really find the path of wanting to become a charity streamer.
Sounds good. Exactly. There's so many charities out there, so many different causes, and there's definitely going to be something out there that your heart is really passionate about, and that's so important, I think. What does a charity stream look like? What are some of the different parts of a charity stream? Is there a certain formula that you like to follow?
I think that's the really nice part about charity streaming. I like to let people know when they join my stream that even if it's just a random Thursday, that we're always raising money for charity and that there's always a need in our community for helping out kids, for mine being children's hospitals. And so I try and rope charity into all of my streams, and I just have different assets set up. If people are like, hey, I'm interested in this, I want to learn more, then I have short little videos or blips that I can talk about. If they want to donate, then I have some different incentives and different things that I'll put into just a normal stream, and that can also make it really fun because I never know what's going to happen when I log on. Could be a night where we go kind of crazy, or it could just be a night where we just have a normal night.
Yeah, for sure. What is the longest charity stream that you've ever done?
For my birthday last year, we did a 24-hour stream where
Whoa!
we ran all 116 World of Warcraft dungeons in one sitting.
That is amazing.
It was a lot, but it was a lot of fun, and we raised over $500, and we got pied in the face a lot.
Oh yeah. So how did that pieing in the face to get started? That little tradition you have.
So yeah, it is certainly a tradition here on my channel as well as on my team. A lot of charity streaming is finding out what motivates your community. What do they want to see from a charity streamer? We have 11 different people on my team that we'll talk about a little bit later, but everybody has something a little bit different to offer. And so I just was kind of listening to my community and saying, hey, I want to raise money for children's hospitals. What kind of content, what kind of things would you like to see? And I got a Google form out there, and I said, give me some ideas. Like, what should we do? And one of the big ideas was, well, pie yourself in the face if you get so many dollars. And that became a really big hit, and we got a lot of traction on that. And now it's probably the most common thing. And I keep asking people if it's ever going to get old, but I guess not.
It sounds like it just doesn't get old for your community.
I've actually kept track. I'm about to finish my 100th pie in the face.
Wow, that is such a big milestone.
Yeah, it's something.
Congrats. When the community is involved in a charity stream, they are most of the time donating their money. So, what are some of the benefits for the community to get involved in a charity stream?
I think that could be twofold. I think that the obvious answer is, again, getting the streamer to complete some sort of silly incentive or milestone. It can create some unique content, give them a sense of involvement. Like, they can help me set some of the ideas, some of the things that we're going to do, and then it gives them goals, and it keeps them coming back. Hey, how close are we getting? And so it really kind of builds excitement and anticipation within a stream and a community. And when we step back and we look at it, and personally, I'm over $5,000 raised for my charity, and we talk about that
Wow.
and we kind of try and, put that number into perspective of just, all the
Mm-hmm.
things we've done, you can really get a strong sense of satisfaction and just knowing that we've done some really cool things together. So it can really bring you together and give you this awesome fulfillment.
That's amazing. And as a streamer, when you see the numbers like that, how have you seen that go to the charity? Like, has the charity said this is what we can accomplish with that amount of money?
Yeah, I really like working with my chosen charity of Extra Life because they have a lot of different information and infographics, and they'll tell you, like, this is exactly how many respirators we're able to buy, and this is how many families we were able to treat in the last year. And so you can really connect and say, I was a part of helping make a difference.
So, how did you get started with doing charity streams for Extra Life?
I am a dad. And so when my eldest was little, he was having some RSV. I can't even remember what that stands for, but he was having some
Mm-hmm.
real bad trouble. And so we actually had to
Mm-hmm.
go to our local children's hospital, and he was treated there. And so that experience was, it was really scary, and it was
Mm-hmm.
really meaningful and powerful. And so as I started to get some traction as a streamer and get a small following, I was looking for, how can I use that experience and how can I give back to that? Is there a charity that did that? And there just happened to be Extra Life, which directly benefits children's hospitals. So it was kind of just a perfect way of lining up and saying thank you for what they did for me.
Yeah. And tell me a little bit more about your charity team.
My charity team, we're called the Sus Squad. We all raise money
Mm-hmm.
for different hospitals. That's another reason that I really like Extra Life, because we are spread all the way from Hawaii to New Jersey. And so we have different people in different time zones, all raising for their local children's hospital. And so we kind of started as just a collective online friends that knew each other in person. And we said,
Mm-hmm.
hey, let's see what we can do with this. Let's see how crazy we can get. And it's kind of expanded to meeting some fellow streamers and inviting them onto the team, and then having a few people also just kind of seek us out and say, hey, I'm not sure why, but I kind of want to try being a crazy charity streamer and joining the team that way. So it's just, yeah, I would say, like, I mean, if they're crazy enough to say I want to do the things that they watched us do, then they're probably a good fit.
Yeah, that's awesome. And have you ever watched outside of your team somebody else's charity stream and gotten any good ideas or taken some notes or seen anything cool?
All of the like worst ideas that other people have, a lot of my community will come back and be like, hey, you know what you should do? You should wax your legs. And then guess what we
Right.
do next year? I think that's one of the fun things about the community, because even if they're not a part of my team, there's a lot of other amazing charity streamers, not just for Extra Life, but for everything. And so,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, when you go in and you see what they're up to, you can kind of say, you know what, I'm not going to shave my head, but I will eat the world's sourest candy. I'll do that one. So we definitely share a lot of ideas in the community.
Yeah, so the community brings the ideas to you. That's really neat. Do you ever leave anything up to chance, like some kind of wheel?
Yes. So anytime I get a donation and I am live, and this is kind of going back to the streams can get really crazy really fast. When we hit a certain donation mark, I have a wheel of misfortune, and it's misfortunate for me. It's great for the kids in the hospitals, but for me, I have things that are as innocent as just wearing a silly hat or a silly costume, up to drinking hot sauce or eating spicy beans, all the way up to the dreaded pies in the face and ice cubes down the back.
Oh man, that is so much more than I've ever been through on stream. Do you have any advice for a streamer who has never done a charity stream before, but they're thinking about getting into it?
I think the best thing to do is find that thing that you're really passionate about, and find the cause that best aligns for you. It's really exciting to drop in on other charity streamers and hearing the passion that they have for change that they want to see, whether it's for animal shelters or homelessness or food banks or whatnot. Like, you can tell when somebody is really passionate about that, and that can really inspire you to, like, hey, I want to get involved in this. I want to help out, whether that's spreading the information or financially. So find something that is really important to you that you want to bring others in, and then I think watch other charity streamers and just kind of some gather ideas, and definitely
Mhm.
don't do anything that is going to make you uncomfortable. We've
Mhm.
definitely seen some folks that, that they've tried to do something because they want to be a charity streamer and it wasn't quite right for them. They're not the pie in the face kind of person, and that's okay. You don't have to be. But a lot of people do giveaways, a lot of people do merch. There's a lot of
Mhm.
ways that you can be a charity streamer. So kind of decide where your lines are and your boundaries are and what you're willing to give for that.
Yeah, that's really good advice. And I just kind of fell into charity streaming over time because I noticed a lot of other people doing charity streams. And I've done a couple different charity streams for different charities. They'll be part of like a larger event and they'll be like, this is the charity this year. But one that I keep coming back to every year is St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. When I was a kid back in elementary school, we would always have a fundraiser every year for St. Jude. So it's kind of followed me as I grew up. And it's like, hey, I get to keep raising money for this really amazing charity. And I feel like I have this personal connection to them. And when I stream, people are like, wow, you're really into this. And we're really excited to help you raise money.
Yeah, I think that's another really good idea is finding a larger group like that, like St. Jude or
Mm-hmm.
Extra Life, where they have those designated days. We have
Mm-hmm.
a weekend that's all for tabletop, a weekend that's just called game day, where everybody tries to fundraise for 24 hours. But doing it as a community and having that support system there is really beneficial and can really give you some encouragement, some ideas, and help you kind of get started with it. Is do it with other people.
I think that's a really great way to get started if this is your first charity stream is if you have some kind of event that has a Discord channel and they can send you assets in the email that you can use on stream. So that helped me a lot with St. Jude. They're like, okay, this is a banner that you can put into OBS. And I was like, wow, this is so convenient. And I just pop this in, boop, and it looks great.
Absolutely. That's exactly what we did too. Like the first year,
Mhm.
2020, we just, we used everything that they sent us. And as we've now evolved it, we've made our own assets and our own commercials and our own little things with that. But, somebody out there has already raised money for the cause that you're trying to do. So, build from them, use what they've used, kind of get a feel for it. And then, that'll probably grow into what you want it to be over time.
Exactly. Are there any benefits for the streamer from charity streams? Something happening or your community becoming close? What has that been like for you personally after you have charity streams?
I think that the community feedback after we finish a big charity event is really one of the coolest things of, we hype up this idea and we're like, hey, let's get crazy. Let's do this thing. The community comes through, they spread the word through their own socials, their own discords and whatnot. And then, we just have this really awesome event. We raise some good money. We probably do something that's a little embarrassing and ridiculous. But then when we get done, like being able to just come together and just say, man, we did something awesome. We have this very tangible number that we've given to this very tangible place, and there's a lot of pride that you can build. And, you can be proud of yourself, your community, and what you're doing on, you're playing games, you're
Mhm.
on the internet, but you're using that to give back. It kind of just has this really snowball effect of just everybody feels great about it.
Yeah, that's really awesome. And I bet you have some really funny clips on your channel from those streams.
Well, it's not just mine, but as a team in 4 years, we have over 800 short little clips of
Oh
something
my
silly that's happened.
gosh, that's so many.
I don't want to talk about. Yes, it is. But as a team, we've also raised over $17,000. So
That is amazing. Wow, I'm going to put in round of applause sound effect right here. That is incredible. And do you have some kind of website bar that keeps track of the number somewhere for everybody?
yeah, and again, that's something that we just get straight from one of the Extra Life streamers. The community, he created it and just offers it out for everybody. So yeah, we have a little tracker at the bottom that keeps our yearly total going. And then again, that could be something that's really powerful to talk about. And when people come in and they're like, what's going on here? And we can just be like, well, we're charity streamers. We raise money for Children's Hospital. This year, we are less than $100 away from already hitting 5,000 on the year. And it kind of just shows that passion, that willingness to get involved and show people that, hey, we're serious about what we do here and we really want to make change in our community.
That is awesome. This is amazing. I have been taking notes mentally in my head, getting inspiration for future charity streams. Are there any more comments you would like to make about charity streaming?
I think that charity streaming can really add value and purpose to streaming. I enjoyed when I got started with streaming. I think we were all in 2020 experiencing some loneliness and social disconnect, and starting streaming really helped me overcome some of that. But when I added charity streaming to the mix and realized that doing what I love on the internet, playing games, talking with people, having a good time, could have a profound effect on my community. It gets me excited. There are some days where I look forward, like I get up and I'm just like, man, I can't wait to stream tonight. I have no idea what's going to happen, but we're going to do it,
Mhm.
and we're going to raise money for kids, and we're going to get excited about it. It can really bring a lot of gratification and joy to what you do.
Amazing. Thank you so much for chatting with me today.
Thank you for having me. It was great to talk to you again.